brings me great pleasure to officially inaugurate the National Council on Privatization.
The mandate is one of commercialization, privatization, optimizing government investment.
We'll bring investors into the place and make the commercial life more viable.
To be able to retain and hold on to your investors, government policies must be aligned.
We are not selling those entities just for the sake of selling them. It's for whoever that will buy them to transform them and ensure that they perform optimally.
Welcome to OTNA, your window to information on optimization.
Welcome to another edition of OTNA, Optimizing the Nation's Assets. My name is Tokwe Ojeme. It's a delight to have you once again today on the program. This is OTNA, Optimizing the Nation's Assets. Here we track the process of optimization of the nation's assets through privatization and commercialization. Nigeria is said to be the largest economy in sub-Saharan Africa, but limitations in the power sector have no doubt constrained growth. Nigeria is certainly endowed with large oil, gas, hydro, and solar resources, and stakeholders agree that Nigeria has the potential to generate over 12,000 megawatts of electric power from existing plants. The Bureau of Public Enterprises (BPE) has done some work in this regard, and like some of our previous guests have alluded, it's only a matter of time, such that with the right steps taken by the federal government, right policies, and consistent drive, Nigeria will get there eventually. Today, we take you on a journey to see the work done by the Bureau of Public Enterprises (BPE) with some of the co-investors in the power sector. Today on the program, we will be taking you through the story around the divestment of government equity of Egbin power plant and what results are visible for us to see. We'll see the transformation of the Egbin Power PLC to becoming one of the largest power generation companies in sub-Saharan Africa, with the federal government having 30% and the co-investors having 70% equity, respectively. Now, it's clearly a journey fueled by high aspiration, clear vision, and an unwavering commitment to making a difference and optimizing government assets. A transaction that was successfully delivered by the Bureau of Public Enterprises (BPE). On the program today, we will be hearing from Mr. Kola Adeshino, the Group Managing Director of Sahara Power Group. Also, Mr. Mukhtar Burner, the CEO, Egbin Power PLC, and some staff of the power plant will be sharing their experience in the transformation of this plant. These and more, if you stay with us on OTNA. After a series of negotiations, the federal government of Nigeria handed over Egbin Thermal Power Plant to the co-investor. That happened on the 1st of November 2013. Following the divestment of government equity in the power sector, Sahara Power Group came in as co-investors.
Okay, my name is Kola Adeshino. I'm the Group Managing Director of Sahara Power Group, an Executive Director in Sahara Group itself in the power sector. The attraction was first, we had the opportunity of supplying diesel to the power plants, the emergency generators that were installed in Abuja in year 2000. So we're supplying diesel, and that was one of the most difficult logistic business I've ever done in my life in terms of ensuring that these 50 megawatt power plants, 3 of them in 3 locations, had fuel during that period. So we had about 30 trucks on the road every day moving to dispense fuel into the generator. So we had 10 loading, 10 on the road, 10 discharging, and it was a real tough time for 32 months or so. We had the privilege of doing so. Of course, again, when you look at Nigeria, today we have about 220 million people, and then we're generating approximately about 4,000 megawatts. Of course, relative to other nations similar to Nigeria, we're really underperforming in terms of the generation, distribution, and transmission of power that is available. So power deficiency is the reason why we felt there is a need for us to electrify Nigeria, and that was the motivation for investment. Yeah, we just saw that the entire value chain had issues, right from gas to the customer. People didn't have enough electricity. Of course, in the 70s and the 80s, Nigeria had the privilege of quite a number of companies that were operating in the country. But of course, over time, as a result of several factors, including electricity, lack of electricity, they left Nigeria. So the idea for us was that, look, we need to bring back the industries. And for us to bring back the industries, we have to electrify the country. The number of hours of supply was really bad. People were not enjoying steady supply of power. So we felt, again, there's a need for us to put our investment behind those needs and be able to get them working again. That's the reason for the investment. Well, Egbin power plant, of course, that's the biggest power plant in sub-Saharan Africa, 1,320 megawatts power station. As at the time when we acquired the asset was underperforming, doing just barely 450, 400 megawatts of power was being sold into the grid. Of course, that became something attractive to us. That look, the location is Lagos. Lagos is the biggest market for electricity, and getting such a plant will be strategic in our long-term objective of truly electrifying Africa. The second asset, by way of the BP-related transaction, was Ikeja Electric. Again, in terms of the quantum of energy that they sell, Ikeja Electric sells the biggest sum of power to the people. 15% of energy available on the grid is taken by Ikeja Electric. Again, because of proximity of Egbin to Ikeja, it made a lot of sense for us to be able to procure that asset. The asset in River State, of course, River State has abundant gas resources. Of course, when it comes to locating any business, one of the things you look for is nearness to raw material. And nearness to raw material for us was gas. So the generating assets that were there, we had to procure them as well for the purpose of ensuring that from that axis, we're getting more energy into the Nigerian ecosystem. In terms of the process, at least I know that the World Bank, after the BP transaction was conducted in 2013, acclaimed that process as the best they've seen in the power sector, or even in privatization anywhere in the world at that time. Because again, there was an advert done, there was a process initiated and followed through, and all of us that bidded, we bidded on different terms, on the real same terms, but we gave different rates in terms of our own expectation and ambition in addressing some of the challenges we saw in the sector. And it was openly done, transparently done. There wasn't any underhand activity in terms of the choice of who won what asset. So it wasn't anything done in a shoddy or shady manner in any way or form. And at that material time, part of what had happened was that we had brought in quite a number of experts who, in their different domains, are currently supplying electricity. So we had really quality technical partners that supported the process from the get-go. The evolution is that, first is that social media has increased the awareness. It's brought the issues out to the front burner. Before social media, it was a problem for you to truly understand really what was going on. So today, easily, our services are being appraised on the basis of what the customer experience is like. So that, I can say, is happening. there are quite a number of things that will represent the basis of evolution and development. One of them is priority for me. What you prioritize is, I will know what you are prioritizing by your allocation of resources. The associated benefits from electricity, they are just too many. So you need to build those schools. You need electricity. You want agriculture production to increase, you need electricity. You need healthcare to improve significantly, you need electricity. So those things that would really change the dynamics of our economy, they are largely dependent on electricity. If the factories are going to come to Nigeria, electricity is required. Let everybody, wherever possible on planet Earth, come to Nigeria to set up their industries, set up their shops and factories to produce for the world. We have what it takes. We have the expertise. Our citizens are brilliant. We have fantastic students in great universities. Best graduates are coming out from the best universities in the world. So invariably, we have everything it takes. So the question is, for you to resolve some of the problems we call teaching today, I think electricity should be the number one priority. If every day electricity is the headline, I don't think that's a bad idea. I think it's something that will really help elevate the Nigerian story on a better platform.
OTNA, optimizing the nation's assets.
We created an initiative which eventually became the order of the day. What we did was that we said, rather than continue to talk about what is possible, let's start to do what is possible. So what did we do? We went to the regulator with strong collaboration with them. We said, let's have a cluster to demonstrate what is possible by ensuring that the infrastructure required is given to this particular cluster, and that the tariff that is needed in terms of cost of service is equally allowed so that the citizens can pay the right tariff. Of course, this worked with Magodo and Ikeja GRA. So what did we do there? We said, okay, they need more transformers. We gave them the lines. We did all sorts. We metered. And today they're enjoying 22 hours of supply. When there is no system collapse, they have electricity on a steady basis. So the number of hours changed. And today we have about 20 locations like that we're serving as we speak. So we're not just talking, we're demonstrating what is possible. The day hope dies, man dies. You know, the date of death should be recorded as the day man truly lost hope. I will never lose hope on Nigeria. I'm always optimistic about this country. I love this country. I feel and believe this is the best country on planet Earth. So there's nothing that will stop us from truly supplying 24/7 electricity.
When we asked about the transparency of the process as midwifed by the Bureau of Public Enterprises, BPE, Mr. Kola Adeshina had one word, and then he explained.
Fantastic. Just one word. It's been fantastic because it's open, like I said. It's not in any way, it's very transparent. It's not mischief makers will always come up with stories that they fabricate just to dignify their lies. There wasn't any allocation done to anybody. It was done basically on the basis of the submissions we all made. We all bidded transparently. Who won on the basis of their submission. So it was very, very transparent, I must say.
With the transaction successfully delivered, Egbin Power Plant's turnaround began, and a lot of work has been done.
My name is Mukhtar Bunur. I'm the MD, CEO of Egbin Power PLC, company owned by Sahara Group. We are the largest private power generation company in Nigeria and in West Africa. We are bringing energy to life responsibly, and I'm insisting about responsibly. For us, business as usual is not existing anymore. Doing business now is about how you are giving to your society, to your community, to the country, and to the global work, how you are participating positively to that environment. So the journey of Egbin Power PLC passing from public to private was a very exciting and interesting experience, where you can see the transformation, when you can see the impossible transformed to positive possible, and when you see challenges transformed to opportunities, when you see the growth, when you see the participation and the impact on our environment.
The positive transformation is indeed very clear, and the impact on the environment is further explained by Mr. Emmanuel Udu, who serves as the Chief Corporate Service Officer at Egbin Power PLC.
We have also ensured and made it mandatory that every year we plant a minimum of 1,000 trees. And besides that, we have also reduced the carbon footprint significantly by eliminating the use of fossil vehicles in our premises. And we've also, like you see now, the vehicle we are riding on, it's an electric buggy. We have 3 of these currently in the estate that conveys staff from their residence to the office, ensuring that we don't have carbon dioxide production anywhere. We've also introduced electric cycles, which also helps which improves the life-being of our staff. The idea of going on vehicles that brings a lot of combustion into the air has been eliminated. So the electric buggies, in total, we have about 9 of them. We have 3 currently here. The remaining 6 are currently coming into Egbin as we speak. And all these are just to ensure that areas where combustion, where you could have CO2 in this premises are completely eliminated. All these are aimed at ensuring that we have not just a healthy environment, but an environment that promotes environmental sustainability. We are among the first in West Africa that has invested so much in ensuring that you can live freely and work freely in a healthy environment.
BP was playing a major role of the success of the story of Egbin at all levels. They are with us through the board and outside it, supporting whenever there is a need for support. They never, they never relax, and that was fully aligned with the objective of going to private. The objective is going to private is, to transform completely the way to do business, and that was making, Egbin as a successful story.
BP is a great partner. They have sustainably supported the system. They have worked in partnership with us, and together we have been able to, we cannot say as of today that the celebration we're having today would have been made possible without a value-adding partner. So BP has always been there for us, and we have worked together in bringing out the innovations that you see here today.
Egbin Power PLC is the largest power generating station in Nigeria. We traveled by road and by sea to get to the station, which is located at Ijede in Egbin. It's about 40 kilometers northeast of the city of Lagos and is situated on lowland in Ijede and bounded by the lagoon in the south, Agura, Berigbe in the north, and situated in Ijede local government development area. The government acquired most of the land for the project by resettling the inhabitants to Ipakan. The first unit of the plant was commissioned in July 1985, while the last was commissioned in September 1986. Today, the workers at Egbin Power Plant testify to the successful turnaround of the plant.
Egbin used to be a far cry to what you have as of today. By the time we ride later on this boogie to the estate, you're going to see significant changes that has occurred from when it was formerly the what we used to call the old NEPA to what it is as of today. There has been significant innovations, significant transformation on not just the machines, not only on the generation, but also on the lives of our citizens and our community.
A look around the environment shows the greenery of the environment. It's also a good working place for those who work there, healthy to stay, as it's been made a green environment with good air to breathe. Staff have accommodation and all the things required to ensure proper optimization. With offices very well built and equipment required also optimized, there's no doubt that Egbin had become well positioned.
Go around, you will see that a lot of electrical buggies, a lot of bicycles, electrical scooters. You will see everything around you is green. You will see, the lagoon is around us is clean. All of this is not happening like this. We were participating in cleaning the water of the lagoon. We have big company taking care of, the landscaping. We do a lot of initiatives. This week only, we do twice initiative of planting trees, going green. You see around you also many solar panels, and it's only a step.
Now, the Bureau of Public Enterprises BPE, charged with the overall responsibility of implementing the Nigerian policy on privatization and commercialization, also ensure that they do the necessary follow-up to make sure that optimization of government assets is guaranteed.
Collaboration with the BPE has given us a lot of advantages because most of our plans have been very deliberate, especially when it comes to giving back to the society. Our social intervention since privatization has been driven by a commitment to give back to the society. So you find out that most of our initiatives are actually very, very deliberate and also in collaboration with a lot of our stakeholders in our communities. In Egbin, for instance, we have 3 host communities. We have Egbin, which we are located in. We have Ijede, and then we have Ikpakon. And over the years, we've built a robust and cordial relationship with them. And we've also been able to successfully carry out interventions that have brought a symbiotic relationship between the company and the host community.
Egbin Power PLC is only one of the success stories and a testament to what can be done if the whole value chain of the power sector is optimized.
We will rise above whatever is going on currently and will definitely be stronger and better. So they shouldn't use the current play to determine what is going to happen in Nigeria. The leadership has shown doggedness. The president of the country has shown that he means well for the nation, a former businessman, now politician, now president and all that. So he has the capacity, he understands, and which is why you see that there is a more open door policy in terms of receiving businessmen, because president is willing to listen. He listens a lot. So I'm very hopeful that his leadership is going to create that change in direction for the nation.
And yes, it's clear that in its years of existence, the impact of the Bureau of Public Enterprises BPE as a secretariat of the NPC has been highly remarkable, as institutions have been transformed, workers energized to do more, and it's indeed a new horizon of performance. That's through optimization. As the success story of the Bureau of Public Enterprises continues, the year 2024 holds promises of carrying out sector reforms and liberalization of key economic sectors, especially the infrastructure sector. Surely, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Bureau of Public Enterprises is determined to ensure the optimization of the nation's assets. As the Bureau trudges on with its firm mission to be the national resource center for capacity building and sustenance of reforms, it's very important that we come together as a people to support optimizing the nation's assets. As you join us on OTNA every week, we'll show you the process of optimizing the nation's assets through privatization and commercialization. And that's it on today's edition of OTNA. What has been done in Egbin Power PLC can be done in so many other sectors across the value chain of the power sector. Until we get there, we keep working to ensure success at the end of the day. From all of us here in the studio, my name is Tokbe Ujime. It's bye for now.
Privatization is a very emotive thing. It had a lot of opponents within the bureaucracy who didn't believe that we should privatize because they felt that you were taking their territory. Government must come out and say, this is the direction that we want to go. And all the stakeholders, private and public, should go on board. So, because look, there is no Nigerian that wouldn't love to see power sector. There has to be a specific law that will punish electricity theft so that it will serve as a deterrent.